This inline six-cylinder air-cooled diesel engine had serious cylinder scuffing due to the high temperature of the engine, so the masters had to overhaul it. This air-cooled diesel engine is not easy to disassemble because each steel cover and steel cylinder are independent. After removing the bolts that fix the steel cover, the cylinder can also be disassembled and disassembled. Due to structural reasons, when disassembling these steel cylinders, they also need to remove the kingpin that fixes the piston. After the disassembly of the first layer, the steel body can be disassembled immediately. With their skilled operation, the bottom shell has been disassembled quickly. After that, they only need to disassemble the oil metronome and then disassemble the piston connecting rod on the crankshaft. This requires a thorough maintenance inspection. After a very white-face operation, the crankshaft has been disassembled quickly. This huge engine has been disassembled into parts on the ground after more than 2 hours of skilled operation by the masters. The masters cannot stop during the accessories. They need to clean all the parts as soon as possible. Because there is no high-end ultrasonic cleaning machine, all of them have to be done manually. The engine cover has been working for a long time, and the sealing of the valve and the valve seat ring has already had problems. Therefore, the masters need to use a corner knife to grind the seat ring and then grind all the valves manually. For example, the piston and the steel cylinder have been seriously damaged. All new parts need to be replaced. In order to speed up the repair progress, the masters are clearly divided into special processes. The masters on one side are quickly installing the piston rings, and the masters on the other side are assembling the crankshaft inside the engine body. You can feel it by feeling. After the fixing bolts of the crankshaft are tightened, the crankshaft rear oil seal can be installed in turn. There is an engine flywheel for output power. Due to structural reasons, the piston connecting rod needs to be installed in place first. It is necessary to align the marks, so the diesel pump must be installed first. Then all the formal gears are installed, and then the formal gear housing can be installed. The steel body of the engine has been assembled very quickly after the joint efforts of several masters. Next, the crucial guide plate can be installed. The oil radiator is installed in a dedicated position. The huge cooling fan in front is a vital part of the entire engine. The heat dissipation of the engine depends entirely on this fan. Before installing the steel cylinder, masters first need to install the piston in place to facilitate the subsequent assembly of it on the engine. After the advanced preparation work, the installation of the piston and the connecting rod requires the installation of the fixed kingpin. Then the kingpin used for limiting is installed in the appropriate position. The 6 sets of steel cylinders have been installed very quickly. Next, the engine steel cover can be installed. This installation process is relatively simple. Masters only need to tighten all the steel cover bolts. At this time, the masters are installing the valve push rod. It is the push rod responsible for driving the valve rocker arm to operate. This engine also uses a mid-mounted camshaft. The installation process is basically the same as that of a traditional water-cooled diesel engine. This is natural. Masters have gone through a series of collective operations. The engine has been installed very quickly. Next, the start test can be carried out. Because the start conditions of the diesel engine do not allow air in the oil circuit, as you can see the engine is still running very smoothly. What do you think of the repair skills of the technicians? If there are 10 points, how many points would you give?